Hello everyone, and welcome to the lecture on lists in Python. In this lecture, we learn about how we can create lists and then how we can access elements in a list. Let's start by defining lists and how to create them. A list is a sequence of values or elements, and we can simply create lists by enclosing elements in a rectangular bracket. And then elements in the list are separated by a comma. So 1, let's say 2, and so on. So each element in a list are separated by a comma. And one good thing about lists is that it can accept any data type. So let's create a simple list. Let's say a list containing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is a simple list. The values are enclosed in a rectangular bracket, and the elements or items in the list are separated by a comma. And we can save our list, let's say in an object X. So that will be our list X. So if we call our list X, we get elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our list. So as I mentioned, the elements can be of different data types. In this example, it's integers, but our list can contain integers, strings, characters, or even other lists, or even a combination of this. For instance, let's create another list and store it in a variable xx, so it can have, let's say, item 1, item 2, and item 3. So that's another list. If we call our list xx, we have the elements item 1, item 2, item 3. Let's create another list and save it in a variable called xxx. Let's have a combination of integers. We can have characters, let's say x. We can have strings. Let's say string 2. Or we can even have another list. Let's say 1, 2, and 5. So you see this? This is a list. So it doesn't matter for the data type in our lists. So if we call our list xxx, those are the elements. So here in this case, this is one element. So this is an element containing a list of these three numbers, 1 to 5. But this is considered as one element. And each element is separated by a comma. So there is one function called the length function. To find out the length of a list, we simply say length and then pass our list. So in this case, let's pass our list xxx, so it has the elements. The length is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So length of xxx, x is 7. Length of, let's see, the other list that we created is xx, so the length should be 3. And similarly, we can check the length of our single x. That should be 5. So if we run it, we get 5. So that's the simplest way to create a list, by enclosing the elements in a rectangular bracket and separating each element by a comma. There is another function called range, and this range function can be used to create a list. So we simply say range and then pass a number. let's say 9. So what this will do is create a list of numbers from 0 up to, let's say, if we say n, so this will create a list of numbers from 0 to n minus 1. Let's look at an example. So if I say range 4, this will create a list of numbers from 0 up to n, in this case is 4. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Let's run it and see. So if we run it, we get a list containing the elements 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's another way of creating a list. We can say range 12. It creates a list containing the elements 0 all the way through 11. We'll discuss more about the range function and we'll be using it a lot in the future, but I just wanted to quickly show you that we can use this range function to create a list. And similarly, we can save this in a variable. Let's say xRange. We can do that. And then if we call our object or variable xRange, we get a list containing the elements 0, 1, 2, 3. We can also do that. Okay, next, let's see how we can access elements in a list.